which he... Okay.
Be aware that there could be something top lane. Just goes immediately in. The Impale is going to grab one, but the cease and desist buffered through the Impale allows him to get the knock up in the Cube, but Shanji's just taking so much damage, it ends up being a 1-for-1 with Cube getting the first kill. And he's able to use the cease and desist to buy some time through the Impale. Oh, PP got it! Look at that! Doinby yoinks Monkey's Impale and says, I can do it better, baby! NIP just out of nowhere completely sweep the fight, and Taeyun and Karas are forced to retreat. Gonna be a chance to use it in an upcoming fight. Might as well see if you can get extra charges on your passive. Mid lane, leave. Good night, no chance. We're going to be able to get out this one, but Doinby comes in with the Emperor's Divide. Magnastorm right on top. Aki now joins the fight, looks for the AD carry, and Taeyun shuts him down, flashes away. Monkey tries to send it into the tower, but just Doinby and Lee finally showing up to the party. A curtain call is going to open up the fight. Vampire completely isolated, and then Shanji arrives. Look at the needlework shredding through Cube, and Taeyun and Karas are just forced to retreat because their front line is getting completely terminated. And NIP, they don't have the damage dealers to really follow up, but they're just creating space for this Rift Herald to get another charge into the mid lane.
Or as I should say, went sideways from Shanji thanks to the Magnet Storm. Team WE much needed for them as they're going to look for this turret. Cube, we'll see if he can get out.
He's going to buffer the cease and desist through the Counter-Strike. Nicely done. And now Cube is trying to find a way to get out over the wall. Jeez, Aki just soloing Cube in the bot side of the map.
Again, wanting to respect some of the recalls that recently came out from WE as they're back out on the map. And Monkey has found Doinby. Vampire.
Yeah, Vampire willing to flash over the wall to pin Doinby into that pit. Taeyun was also there in range, and is no Impale anymore from Monkey, but Aki just can't get through. PP God is doing everything that he can to hold the front line. Otacon has been stopped, but Taeyun flashes forward to finish off the support. Karas tries to swoop on in, but cannot close the distance against Lee.
I feel like at the end, they actually got quite a bit out of that, and maybe even more.
Shanji's in trouble. 1v2 again. It's Monkey and Karas working together to sync up, not even needing the Emperor's Divide this time. Shanji just a little too far, but is spotted out by Monkey. Flashes exchanged. There's still a cease and desist. Vampire's gonna find him with the slam into the wall, and Aki has no choice but just to send it. PP God now following up with the Magnastorm. Shanji, great TP on the backside. Now it's all about seeing if Karas can survive, but that's not going to be the case here. Cube arrives, Counter-Strike running to the back. It's up to Doinby and Leave to carry this fight through. Cube, head with the Grandmaster's Might. Does he have enough damage? Doinby tried to live to the very end, but the Counter-Strike will not survive as long as Leave still has got another bullet in the chamber.
But playing directly into them like that, and Karas kind of took a weird E over the wall too, wasn't exactly able to follow up. I think that your read of them wanting to just be cautious about that was...
Might be a decent look here. Okay, WE now have a 5-on-4. PP God, not sure if he was too far forward or just not willing to burn the flash, but...
Yeah, Doinby was top, no TP. Good look from Team WE. They had numbers.
Monkey, he really wanted that wolf. Is he going to pay for it? 2 more bullets to dodge. Karas can... How did he bend it like Beckham around Karas's body? I don't know how, but now...
Wants to be that elusive, you know? Needed the practice going Matrix mode in those bullets.
All right, well, Cube, he's got no one to stand behind to avoid all the curtain call bullets and the lockdown from NIP. And I think there was a keeper's verdict used by Doinby to punt away Monkey. Cube runs to the safety of his comrades, and Vampire gives his life to try and give the rest of WE a way out, but PP God is going to isolate Cube once again. He jumps to the safety of Karas, but Aki's looking to lock them down. Karas slides onto the right. Leave getting interrupted by Monkey, but the Impale misses on Leave and only grabs the other 2 members here. Taeyun still trying to put as much damage as he can, but Leave has all the damage in the world. Taeyun is just trying to do it all against 3 members, but this fight doesn't matter here because you called it. Shanji had teleported into the base, the Nexus exposed, and WE damned all their efforts. It was so close, but NIP still in the dedicated front line engage tank. I respect the flash out of Aki to follow him over the wall. No way.
Yep.
Well, Shanji can close the distance and flash over the wall with his own decimating smash, and that is first kill of the game going over the Shanji. Now Doinby might be in trouble because he burned his own flash, and
I like this.
Vampire's going to try to punish with the flash pulverize. Ignite ticking down. Vampire does get the kill, which is not necessarily Blade. The seismic shove is all the way in the back, but Aki can't close the distance quite yet. Tries to take up with turret shot. Aki's going to send it, but he's going to pay for his life of follow-up on PP God. Aki's trying to get into the thick of things and goes after Vampire, gets a decent kill back, but it is a 1 for 2 in favor of WE. Pretty difficult. 2 casts of the Cyclone should be enough for damage. The healing from the passive almost gave him a chance back in the game, but because they dragged Karis over into the blue quadrant and overextended for the play, Shanji and Doinby make the collapse happen, and now it's Doinby that benefits from the scenario.
Down numbers on the map with Cube and Base.
A lot of burst damage onto the Mega Tank. Already 50% HP, but now NIP send it on the right side of that fight, but here comes
Vampire.
Cube. Massive engage from Vampire. 4-man pulverize. Stuns up NIP in its tracks. And he
by NIP.
Cube right before the fight, enforcing the
do that and get the wave in, because they're on Herald, but that's been skipped over as Cube's dead now.
Oh, and Aki collapses alongside the rest of NIP's death squad. Here comes Shanji coming in.
Herald secured.
Who is he gonna hit? Oh yeah, good by Vampire to at least absorb the unstoppable onslaught from Shanji, but the rest of WE are not on proper battle lines. Everyone is forced to retreat. Can he find another heroic engage? Goes in, pops the Unbreakable Will, but Aki turns right onto the backline. Doinby eviscerates that cow. Ground beef and burgers are on the menu, boys, once again, and NIP are serving it hot. Shanji sent it on the unstoppable onslaught. Vampire tries to buy space, and they trade 1 for 1. Aki now with the pressing guard. Maybe there's a chance for Cube to change the tides of the battle here, but he is getting chunked out by all the damage from NIP.
The enters inventory. If I'm NIP, I don't care what you're building. I think everything's pretty useful. Is Vampire trying to be useful?
Pretty good pick set up by Vampire into the seismic shove. Okay. That's a 5-on-4 guaranteed now. Vampire
all the turn, but I think with Vampire being in base, you can't really hit this. And Vampire with no ultimate yet.
Karis doesn't have flash from before. Leave, does he send it the shift forward? Yeah, this Ezra is making do with it. And now Monkey finds himself on the other side of the fight. Isolated for now, but there's no follow from the rest of NIP. The decimating smash might buy some time, but Monkey's able to flash forward after Aki. But Doinby and Leave have completely done away with Vampire on the other side of the fight, but now Leave is isolated, and he's getting a little bit in trouble, but he's got more mobility over Taeyun and Monkey. And True Shot Barrage Snipe will take out the Monkey King.
We take advantage of some of the range on Ezreal, and then when he goes in to wrap up the kill, or try and defend, Aki was able to sneak out in the back half and even
tries to buy space. Aki is taking up a lot of damage. Pops the crescent guard. Vampire flashing forward, tries to set up another CC engage. Shanji will split up the fight. And look where Taeyun is. He cannot get into the fight.
It's not even close.
The rest of WE's front line is just trying to buy space. Vampire is doing his best. Wait, that's a big chunk on Aki. Hold on, Monkey flashing forward with the Cyclone. That's the GA going down. NIP's backline is separated, but now Shanji re-emerges from the shadows on the right side and becomes the super tank that NIP so desperately needed in the second turn of the fight. PP God will fall, but NIP's backline still stands tall, and Taeyun has got no ground left to go on. And you know what? There's a solid attempt there at the end, Matt, but NIP gonna sweep the series 2-0.
Taeyun doing his damnedest in that one, but of course, too big over on NIP as they